Here's the community updates for the week on December 11th. The Kent County Health Department reported on Thursday that the county's rate of new COVID-19 cases has stabilized over the last few weeks. An average of about 400 new cases per day were reported by the KCHD over the last week, compared to an average of about 682 new cases per day 3 weeks prior. The KCHD's latest data comes before the full impact of Thanksgiving gatherings on the county's case growth. In the meantime, however, the department's seeing those numbers stabilize a little bit and come down a little bit, its director, Dr. Adam London, said in his weekly video update. However, Kent County's percentage of tests coming back positive is staying closer to what it's been over the last few weeks. The KCHD reported a 14% positivity rate for this week, compared to around 16% 3 weeks prior. The county's number of COVID-related deaths have actually increased, according to the department. As of Thursday, there are now 398 total deaths. London attributes this to an observed trend of COVID-related death waves following case waves by a few weeks. The KCHD also announced this week that it's updated its quarantine guidance for people exposed to COVID-19 to align with new guidance from the CDC. Effective since Monday, the quarantine period for exposed people has been shortened from 14 days to 10 days under certain conditions. Now, the CDC, KCHD, and MDHHS are recommending a 10-day quarantine for people meeting two conditions. The person doesn't develop any COVID-19 symptoms for the 10 days after last exposure, and daily symptom monitoring continues through day 14. According to the KCHD guidelines, a 14-day quarantine period is still recommended for those residing in congregate living settings or who work with people in high-risk groups. Isolation guidelines for all who've tested positive for the virus has not changed. A list of frequently asked questions about the virus is available on the KCHD's website, with answers provided by the department. Grand Rapids' new Clean Air and Public Spaces Ordinance goes into effect on January 1st, making all city parks and playgrounds smoke and vape-free zones. The ordinance is an amendment to the city's Clean Indoor Air Ordinance and was approved by the City Commission in late October. Aiming to improve the health of all park and playground visitors, the ordinance prohibits tobacco and electronic smoking devices in these spaces, as well as tobacco-related waste such as cigarette butts. Use of cannabis products in these spaces also remain prohibited in alignment with state law. Full details about the updated ordinance are available on the Clean Air and Public Spaces Ordinance page on the city's website. Aiming to promote greater awareness of Black-owned businesses in the greater Grand Rapids area, Grand Rapids Area Black Businesses has launched a revamped website to do just that. Unveiled on November 28th, the website includes a directory of Black-owned businesses in the area. Any businesses owned by Black residents are able to add their listings to the website for free. There are currently over 100 businesses listed in GRABB's directory, with a downloadable version available to distribute print-friendly copies. The Rapidian encourages local residents to share their own stories related to civic, economic, and public health developments in the Grand Rapids area on the Rapidian's platform. This week's featured articles are Ethics and Religion Talk by Rabbi David Khrushchev and articles by Metro Health and the World Affairs Council of West Michigan. To get started as a community reporter, visit therapidian.org/write. This video is supported by the Michigan Council for Arts and Cultural Affairs, the Lowell Arts Center, and the National Endowment for the Arts. This update is brought to you by the Rapidian, GRTV, and the Grand Rapids Community Media Center. Please take care of yourself.